Hubert, congrats on your first win as North Carolina's head basketball coach. What was this evening like for you, beginning with pregame and then going through the process of actually coaching the game?
Well, the process of getting ready for the game and during the game was the same as it was against in the exhibition game with Elizabeth City. It's basketball, it's our team, it's our program, and so in terms of the preparation and during the play, everything else was the same. Where it was really emotional was after the game. Going through the tunnel, I saw my wife was there with my three kids. My oldest son Elijah is a freshman at University of Lynchburg. He had come back to be at my first game. My dad was there, my sister, Pete Chilcutt, who was my roommate here at Carolina. He flew from Sacramento, California, so he was in the tunnel. And so just seeing all of people that have been there for me my entire life, all the emotions that I have felt over the last 7 months just came. And one of the things I always tell the guys, it's okay to be emotional because it means it cares. And I care about this place and this program and this university so much. And that was the only difference after the game, just seeing a lot of family and friends and it being a very emotional moment.
Adam Smith.
Hubert, along those lines, the walk to the court obviously takes you past where Roy's seat is. Did you give him a look or a nod or a wink or anything on the way out there before tip off?
I didn't see anybody. I was locked in for the game, and my concentration and my focus was on the team. And just walking through the tunnel, one of the people in the tunnel at the beginning of the game was Linda Woods, longtime receptionist, secretary for Coach Smith and Coach Guthridge. And I had mentioned before, coming out of high school and coming here to Carolina, there was a number of things that I needed. One of the things that I needed was a mom because my mom passed away when I was 16, and I call her Mom Woods was my mom while I was here. She was the one that cared for me and supported me and gave me a hug, and we've been unbelievable friends for so long. And so being able to go through the tunnel and be able to spend a little bit of time with Miss Woods was really special for me.
Thank you.
Andrew Jones.
Hey, Coach, how glad are you that this is out of the way, that we don't have to ask the same questions leading up to it? And I would imagine in a few questions from now, it's going to be more about basketball moving forward. It's just going to be straight basketball.
No, that's okay. You can ask me, how's it feel to be the head coach of University of North Carolina and going through the tunnel for the second time officially for a regular season game. And so, no, you guys, I understand where you're coming from because it is. It's a big deal. It's emotional. It's a change. And me being in this role is different. And I understand the impact of me being in this position and what this program has done in the past and what we're planning to do in the future. And so I love all the questions that you guys ask, and I totally 100% understand where you're coming from.
Thank you.
C.L. Brown.
Hubert, how much of it was kind of a full circle moment from seeing Miss Linda, as someone who was here when you got here and helped you along the way?
It is, seeing her was my connection to Coach Smith and Coach Guthridge. And, I've talked about this a number of times about the importance of giving people an opportunity and a chance. And Coach Smith and Coach Guthridge gave me that opportunity and a chance to do something that I've always dreamed about, and that was to be a part of this program and to go to this university. And so to be in this position where I, got to play here and then I got to raise my kids here and be an assistant coach here for 9 years, and now I'm the head coach. To see Mom Woods there was the perfect scenario for me to first time go out on the floor to start the game as head coach at the regular season.
Michael Coe.
Hey, Hubert. So what a game for Brady Manick. I mean, 20 points. He showcased so many offensive moves out there. As someone who has seen him since he's gotten here, is this just the tip of the iceberg for him offensively?
Well, he's an unbelievable player. He can do a number of things on the floor on both ends. His reputation is is a great 3-point shooter, but he's not just that. He's a basketball player. He's an outstanding passer, unbelievable teammate. One of the things that I said to him in the office just a couple days ago is the only thing that I'm upset about in regards to him is that I only get to coach him 1 year. I think the best thing that I could have is to be able to coach Brady Manick for 4 years. He's been that great, and for him to take a chance on me and to take a chance on this program, this is the first time that he's ever lived anywhere outside of Oklahoma. I mean, he's been there his entire life, spent 4 years at Oklahoma, and you can see somebody that has been in big games and situations in the Big 12, and his experience and his skill level is going to be huge for us this year.
Thank you.
Kirsten Clark.
Hey, congratulations, Hubert. Adam mentioned earlier with Roy being in the stands. Did he have any words of encouragement for you before the game or congratulations after the game?
I didn't see him. The day leading, on game day, it's very busy. It's packed. We're meeting as coaches and just our final preparations just to make sure things are ready for the game, and then we've got shoot around, and then here's the game. And so I know Coach Williams comes to a number of practices, and I know that he'll come to a number of games, but for us, our focus is on this team, it's on this program, and becoming the best team that we can be.
Okay, we've got time for 2 more. Patrick first, and then Ross to finish us up, please.
Hubert, I know you kind of downplayed making the debut in a certain sense because you had a lot of experience. You're an assistant for years, played in the NBA. You've been in these big moments, but you only get one chance at this, at a debut. So how would you describe it?
It was great, and I'm being serious, and the process of walking out through the tunnel and coaching the game really was the same experience and feeling that I had against, Elizabeth City. It's probably the one moment that was different in the 7 months of being head coach is going out there for the press conference. That was different. I've never done that before. And so from that standpoint, and I think I mentioned it to Clint Waltney, out of all the 7 months, the only time that it is somewhat hit me that I was a head coach at North Carolina is when we went to go scrimmage Florida, and I got to sit in the front of the bus. And I sat there, and I remember I called my wife, and I was like, for 9 years, I've been sitting in this seat. Now I'm sitting in this seat. This is weird. And so out of that, it's strange how little things are the ones that kind of impact you the most. And out of these 7 months, sitting in the front of the bus, going to Gainesville to scrimmage in a closed scrimmage against Florida has been the only time that I have had really thought about, hey, I'm the head coach at the University of North Carolina.
Okay, last one, Ross, and then we'll get Caleb in here, guys.
Hey, Coach, this is not really related to the game, but tomorrow is National Signing Day for your 2022 class. I was kind of wondering what your philosophy was for putting together this first class and how it was received kind of on the trail and with the recruits and with the families you spoke to put together this class you're signing tomorrow.
Well, it was great. It was, our recruiting class that we're really excited about. The 2022 class, because not only are they outstanding players that are going to help us right away, but they come from good families and they're good kids, and that's what we want. We want talented kids that are good kids and that come from good families. And I'm really excited about getting them on campus next year. I love hanging out with them. The relationships built with them over the summer have been absolutely fantastic. And when they get here, the team chemistry will be terrific because these are guys that not only are good enough to play here, they've wanted to be here. That's big for me. I want talented players, guys that are great on the basketball court, but that want to be here, want to be a part of this program, part of this history, want to go to school here. And our 4 2022 recruits really desperately want to be here.
Coach, thank you very much. We'll get Caleb in here.